Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rix Flix, Days Without Incidents 3. So why only 3 days without incidents on this channel? Well, I went to Animal Kingdom the other day. There was a major malfunction, severe equipment failure while I was on Everest. It wasn't Everest, it was my equipment.
It sure was.
It was my major malfunction.
Live and in person, yes.
So, what had happened was, I'm live streaming and I keep my iPhone on a gimbal. And I had never live streamed on a roller coaster before, using a gimbal.
Lesson learned.
So, apparently, there's some G-forces on Everest.
You think?
Because the little mechanical arm that holds up the iPhone failed. And when that arm failed, the iPhone dropped. Luckily, it just went onto the floor of the roller coaster train.
And luckily, it was your phone and not mine.
Yes, now, I had almost borrowed your phone for that live stream.
Yes, you did.
But I was like, no, I guess not. I'm only going to live stream for 90 minutes, 2 hours tops. And I've been talking about getting a new phone.
Right. I think yours is like a 7 or something. So it's like really kind of old.
Yeah.
So we were, thank goodness you haven't gotten the new one yet.
It's a good thing I've done some training on these live streams with the old phone.
Oh, yes.
I am a little sad, though.
Why?
Well, the phone fell with the camera facing down. So it just went black.
That's true. It didn't see your foot going on top of it.
So, I mean, that might have been a little more scary for people. What the heck happened?
Exactly. Did Rick fall out of the coaster or what happened?
I would have preferred if it fell like camera facing up, so at least you guys could have had like a sky view of the coaster POV. Oh, but anyway, so we are now at reset the calendar, 3 days without incidents. And now on to the real news. Universal has one of its hotels will be reopening soon.
That's right.
What was it? Sapphire Falls? Reopening on, I believe, May 18th.
Yes.
It has been shut down since the pandemic. And I think that leaves 2 hotels that have not reopened.
Oh.
Aventura remains closed with no announcement as far as when that's going to reopen.
Gotcha.
And I believe in the summer, Surfside. We'll see what happens during the summertime. Right now, it's just like domestic travel to the theme parks.
Well, I don't know. The crowds were pretty heavy over spring break.
They were.
So, from out-of-state travel as well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that the demand on hotels will increase with when,
I think you're right.
When summertime hits and then when, of course, international travel.
It's going to be a busy summer regardless, and it's, even busier when that pent-up demand from Europe and, really everywhere across the world wants to come to Orlando. So, when that happens, for sure, all the hotels will be open.
Yep.
Universal Orlando Halloween Horror Nights had a casting call recently, right?
Yes, they did.
We had one of our viewers send us the casting call.
Yeah, Jacqueline, thank you for that.
They are looking for, or they were, I don't know how far they are along in the process, but the casting call was for male and female dancers with athletic build and hip-hop and jazz.
Yeah, strong hip-hop and jazz talent.
Which I find this very interesting.
Right.
This is not like a casting call for scare actors.
No.
This was for dancers.
Which means that there might be some stage shows.
Some type of show.
Yeah.
I find this very interesting indeed.
Exactly.
We'll find out more. We'll let you know.
Definitely.
Switching over to the left coast. the West Coast.
Gotcha.
Universal Studios Hollywood has officially reopened. Yay.
Nice.
And it has opened with a couple of stipulations.
Okay.
My understanding is you have to be a California resident. And I think they're limiting your party size to 3 per household.
Really?
Yeah, there is a limitation on the party size you can bring in.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's a first for me. Huh.
But good news with the reopening, a couple new attractions. Secret Life of Pets Off the Leash.
Okay,
I think it's the official name.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jurassic World, the ride, is open with some new dino animatronics.
Like the Indominus Rex will be on that one. That scary one.
I think there's a couple spots with it. I'm not exactly sure if there's 1 or 2 spots with that Indominus Rex. But those animatronic dinosaurs look amazing.
Yeah.
They are enticing me greatly to go visit Universal Studios Hollywood. once they are accepting Floridians.
That's right.
You're a California native.
Yes, I am.
You should be allowed no matter what. If you were born in California, you should be allowed to go.
I know.
And
Just bring my birth certificate. I'm from here.
You should be allowed to go and bring your spouse.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't argue with that at all.
Universal Orlando has selected a developer to design, build, and manage an affordable housing community.
Right. This community will be located near International Drive. Wendover Housing Partners, based in Altamont Springs, will bring Universal's vision of affordable housing to life on a 20-acre site Universal has pledged for the initiative. The community will include 1,000 high-quality apartments as well as 16,000 square feet of retail space, with construction expected to begin late 2022.
Ownership of the site has been transferred from Universal to a not-for-profit established by the company called Housing for Tomorrow, whose role is to oversee the initiative and make sure it remains true to the original vision. Currently over at Walt Disney World, they are requiring guests to make reservations to enter the park. Can't just show up, have to have a reservation.
Correct.
Now, the news I want to share with you, those reservations can go fast. June is almost completely booked.
Yes.
So if you are thinking about having a Disney vacation in the summer, do not delay. Make that decision and make your reservations. It's tight to get in there.
Ooh, yes.
Even for us as pass holders. So as I've been saying for a while now, it will be a busy summer at all of the theme parks.
Yeah.
Make those reservations for Disney. Now, if you're going to Universal, wake your butt up early and get to the park early. They don't have a reservation system, but they do have capacity limits.
Yes, they do.
And you can beat that by just waking up early, get to the park as soon as it opens.
Universal Orlando Grad Bash is returning.
It is returning, just not so quickly.
I know.
Now, it was Grad Bash was canceled for 2020.
Yes, it was.
They're not having one for the year 2021. But if you're graduating from high school in 2022, that's when they're going to have the Grad Bash returns.
Okay.
Which I'm excited to hear that. I mean, these seniors for the last couple of years have had a rough go.
They sure have.
A lot of things canceled, having to graduate in all types of online ways. So I'm glad to hear that 2022 graduates, high school graduates, can have their fun at Universal.
Yeah.
As the Jurassic World Velocicoaster gets ready to open on June 10th, the whole area, the whole Jurassic Park area is getting spruced up a bit.
It is. New paint jobs.
I think they're freshening up the paint on the signage for the watering hole, Burger Digs. We know the Outfitters just got their sign refreshed recently.
That's right.
But the biggest spruce of all, the biggest spruce up of all, the T-Rex photo op has returned.
And it's in a different spot now.
Yeah, they took over by Thunder Falls, they used to have that smoking area.
Right.
Well, that's where they put the T-Rex and the little Jurassic Park car.
And it's kind of appropriate there. I mean, with the T-Rex and the waterfall, the splash zone area and things like that. So I think it's kind of a neat place to put it.
It can go anywhere in Jurassic Park as far as I'm concerned because it is one of my favorite photo ops.
It is. It's really cool.
You know what? Sound the rumor alarm.
Really?
Yeah, sound it.
Okay, here we go. Rumor alert! Rumor alert!
Thanks for that. I know people have missed it. Now, I don't have any rumors for this video because I just did a whole video on rumors.
Yes, you did. And people were saying, how come that wasn't put in?
Yeah, I should have dubbed you in. But if you're interested in more rumors, other than her sounding the alarm, I'll leave a link to that rumor video in the description box. But I just wanted to make her do it. But rumor alert's not the only thing Nikki does on this channel. She reads me some questions that you have submitted.
I read too.
So if you want to submit a question,
right,
just visit myrixflix.com and scroll all the way down to the bottom of the homepage.
Sounds
There's
good.
a little box there, fill out some information, ask me a question.
Yeah, there might be a surprise or two.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Before we get to the questions, should we go ahead and announce the t-shirts?
Let's just announce it because it's on there.
I should have put it in the news. I got ahead of myself, or behind myself. Either way.
But we do have a couple more designs coming.
Yes. So
more's coming.
our Scream Splash Laugh t-shirt design is ready, thanks to viewer Jenny.
Yes,
She
thank
did
you,
all
Jenny.
the design work.
Yes, fantastic.
And I have that available to purchase.
Exciting stuff. I can't wait to wear it in the park. Honestly, I cannot wait to get pictures in the park with them. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we've ordered some for ourselves, or Nikki.
Yeah.
So when she receives hers, we'll do like a little have like a fashion show.
Little photo shoot.
An IG fashion show.
in the splash zone. All right, here we go. You
questions
ready?
now.
All right, let's get to questions. Number 1 is from Jennifer. For a family of 4, 2 adults and 2 young boys, my fiance thinks Cabana Bay and I think Sapphire Falls for the water taxi. What are your thoughts?
This is fun. I think we get to settle an argument.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, maybe we'll create one because we may not agree.
So I think Jennifer wants to...
the Sapphire Falls for the water taxi.
Right. And the fiance says Cabana Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I say Cabana Bay. Are we going to argue too? Are we going to disagree?
Well, the thing is that if you are at Cabana Bay, which to me it's more like kid, I don't know.
Well, I'll say this.
I don't know.
Let me put it this way. The Sapphire Falls, it's a nice hotel.
Right.
But it seems like a hotel.
It does. And Cabana Bay seems more
themed.
More themed. Now, you can...
funky and fun.
I think you can walk from Cabana Bay across the street to Sapphire Falls and take the water taxi.
Yes.
And it's not that far.
No, it's not.
So, look at a map and you'll see. But, really, you could just cross the street and take the water taxi instead of taking the bus to...
So, if you're interested in I really want Sapphire Falls for the water taxi, I would not stay there for just the water taxi. Because you had a good point. I think Cabana Bay is a much more fun little place to stay. Okay. And to Nikki's point, just walk across the street and take the water taxi.
Yeah, exactly.
So, did we agree?
Yeah, I think we agree.
Well, hopefully we help Jennifer and her fiance agree now.
Sorry, Jennifer. We agreed with the fiance between the two of us. All right, number 2 is from Jonathan. Can you still park hop between Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure using Hogwarts Express?
Yes, you can. Mm-hmm. As long as, of course, you have a 2-park ticket.
Yes, you have to have that 2-park pass.
Yeah, but that's always been the case. And I would say, you really should get the 2-park.
Yeah, and there was only one day that it was down for a refurb, but that day's passed. Yeah. So the rest of the year, you're good to go unless something, unforeseen happens.
But park hopping is still allowed at Universal, regardless, I think, of capacity.
Right.
As long as you get into the one park, you can get to the other park via the Hogwarts Express, or the bypass, or just walking around through the other front gate.
Yeah, now sometimes they may not, wasn't there a time when they didn't have the bypass?
Well, they only had it open one way.
One way because of capacity. They had reached capacity so much so, let's just say at Islands of Adventure, that you could only go one direction.
You could only leave Islands.
Right.
Through the bypass. Now, you could still get to Islands if you took Hogwarts Express, or if you just walked around to the front gate.
Gotcha. So. Okay. All right, number 3 is from Sherry. I heard you talking about having to make an appointment for the Ollivander Wand Show. Let's see, how can you do that? And is it something that you do while you are there, or can you do it ahead of time, before your trip? Thanks for all the info and keep it up.
Okay, so normally, if it's not too busy, you just go wait in a standby line for Ollivander's Wand Show.
Yes.
Now, if the park is extremely busy like it was during Easter break, they shut down the standby and you have to make an appointment.
Yes.
And you just go, you go to Ollivander's and there would be someone up front with a little iPad to make your appointment for you.
Right.
It is not something you can schedule ahead of time.
No, you can't. You have to you have to be in person in the park, and you walk up to that team member and you sign up, and they will give you a return time to come back. All right, number 4 is from Nancy and Emil. We are planning to go to the Universal Orlando in December's Orlando Informer Meetup. We are annual pass holders, and we will be purchasing the photo pass for our trip. Can you use the photo pass during the meetup, or is it for regular park hours?
Okay, so they are going to the Orlando Informer Meetup in December.
Yes.
The most popular meetup.
Yes, that sold out in a couple hours.
Yeah, 3 hours.
That was insane. And the hotel packages, too. Woo!
Yeah.
Fast.
If I learn more about them adding dates, I'll let you guys know.
Right.
But as far as the photo pass, officially no. The photo pass is not open during the meetup. However, sometimes Universal forgets to turn off the kiosks. So, if you ride the Mummy and you get off, go check the screens, because they might have forgotten to turn off the kiosk.
Yeah.
So that has happened sometimes.
Do you scan it? You just barcode scan
it?
Yeah,
you just scan it.
Yeah.
But officially, it's not part of the meetup. But, maybe someone forgot to turn off something. I've been told that's happened in the past.
Okay, well, there you go. Number 5 is from Carmine. Hey, Rick. Planning on going to the Velocicoaster opening in June. What time will you say I should get to the gates of Islands of Adventure if I want to get on that ride before noon?
So he wants to get on Velocicoaster before noon?
In June.
On opening day?
No, just
okay,
opening in
anytime.
June. Yeah,
Okay.
just in June.
We don't know the full procedure yet.
Yes.
Our anticipation is that it will be virtual line. That
Yeah.
seems to be Universal's MO for very popular rides that's going to develop a long wait time or lots of people wanting to ride it.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking to someone the other day, said it might be a hybrid, that they might try standby and virtual.
Right. Kind of like what they're doing for Hagrid's right now
Yeah.
is it starts at standby and then it, fills up really fast and then it goes to virtual. But
I would get in there for early park admission. If Islands is having early park admission, get in for early park admission. Otherwise, just get in as soon as it opens.
Yeah.
As for any type of major ride, yeah.
Absolutely. This is from Matthew. My family would like to plan a trip to Universal. The purpose of this trip is to see the Christmas displays. However, we don't want to be there during the actual holiday. When do you think would be the best time to see the majority of the Christmas decorations but avoid heavy holiday crowds?
I believe Universal, they get their Christmas up before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I think last year was around mid-November.
Right. I mean, they definitely, extend past Halloween for HHN into the first weekend or whatever in November, and then within a week or two the tree goes up and it's Christmas in the parks.
Yeah.
I think the best time would be though between Thanksgiving and Christmas, that week or two right in there.
Yeah, I would say two best. I would say as soon as their celebration officially starts.
Right.
So that would usually be mid-November.
So the week before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I wouldn't say the week before.
Well, when is Thanksgiving this year?
It's the last Thursday.
Well, sometimes it seems earlier than later.
I would say the first week it's available.
Okay.
The first week of their Christmas celebrations being available.
Okay.
Now, to your point, that was going to be my second recommendation would be the week after or in between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yeah, you have a 2-week window.
Like the first week of December. Mm-hmm. Then after that, you start getting your Christmas crowds. But, oh man, I think this holiday season coming up, December holiday of 2020, or actually 2021, I think it's going to be, just the rest of the year is going to be crazy. Summer's going to be crazy.
Yes.
Christmas time will be crazy this year.
Any of the holidays, absolutely. I mean, and the weeks before and after, just because we were shocked at how crazy busy it was during the whole spring break season.
Yeah.
Because spring break doesn't last just 1 week. It's multiple weeks, and every single week was just slammed.
Well, what's going to happen in December is it's going to be nicer weather.
Yes.
That's why the Meetup, the Orlando Informer Meetup,
sells out so fast in those December ones.
Yeah.
All right, number 7 is from Annie. Hey, Rick, last time I was at Universal, I was walking to my car and saw a lot of cars in the valet lot. Do you know if valet is open and why there might be a lot of cars there?
Valet has not reopened. No, valet parking is not available at Universal currently.
Right.
But I notice the same thing from time to time.
Yeah.
I have no idea why cars are down there. It's actually blocked off at the road. There's little borders up or whatever, little signs, and it's closed. So there is inside of there the
electric
charging. But it's not available right now.
Oh,
I asked I think this was a previous question. I asked the people in the parking plaza that question. They said there's no charging stations there. That you have to charge at the hotels.
Oh.
Now, in normal times, you could go to the valet parking area and park your car and charge it. But that is not open either. No valet, no electric car charging at the resort, at the studios, the parks, I should say.
I wonder if there's team members that are parking there. Or
I don't know.
Executives or something.
Occasionally I see a bunch of cars there and I check it out and can't figure it out.
Nope.
I haven't asked anyone yet. I've got some of my buddies that work in parking I run into every now and then in the parks. I'll try to get the lowdown from them.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
And that was it. We're all done.
All done.
Last question.
How many days are we without incident? I forgot. 3 or 4?
3.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, hopefully we have a good streak continue this week. No incidents.
So. I'm not letting you use my phone again.
Oh boy. Anyway, as always.
Don't miss the magic. Don't miss the fun.
Thanks for watching the Rix Flix. And now it's time to relax.